Hello, everybody. Good evening. Happy August 5th, 2024. We are doing a little stream for summer. And is my mic working? Give me a one if y'all can hear me. And I'll catch y'all up on why in a minute. Can y'all hear me? Mic check. Can y'all hear me with my air conditioner on, or does that make it unbearable? Can you still hear okay? Is the air conditioner too loud? Is it messing it up, or can y'all hear me okay with it on? We're good. You'll let me know about the AC. If it's messing it up, I can turn it off, but it'd be much more enjoyable for me with it on. But I don't want the sound quality to suck either, so. Nope, you're loud and clear. Good, awesome. That's great news. I'm going to bring somebody on to, I don't know how long they're going to stay. Hopefully they'll stay with us a little while and we'll chat, but give me just a second. I'm trying to get it straightened out. I'm sorry for being late. My son's going to boot camp, and I just took him and dropped him off. And it sucked. Let's just say that. It's probably been the worst day of my life as a parent so far. But I'm super proud of him. And you'll just give me a second. Shoot. I'm sorry. Hatteras Lighthouse, you're welcome. The ladies contacted me and they were like, we want to do this thing for summer on August 5th at 9. We're going to do a prayer. And I was like, hey, I'm all on board, man. Anything y'all want, I'll do. And I told them I would fire up the live stream, and I'm going to have somebody come on and they're going to say it's a prayer. I might have should have done that before I came on instead of making y'all wait, but give me just a sec. It's been rough today. I know it's going to cause some interference. Y'all hold on just one second. Okay, I really apologize, y'all. It's just been hectic and something I couldn't avoid. It was unavoidable. I wasn't going to take my son to drop him off to leave for boot camp. I had to do that myself. And when I scheduled this originally, I didn't think the time was going to be an issue because I thought it was actually going to be tomorrow that my son was going to leave. And then after I found out he was leaving today, now I'm in a pickle. And I wasn't going back out of this, especially after I done told everybody and all that. So here we are. And like I said, I apologize. I feel so bad about being late and being unorganized, but this is just one of them things where it couldn't really be helped. And it is what it is. Hopefully our guest will be here with us soon. She's going to She actually was like, "Hey, do you want me to say a prayer?" And I was like, "Yes, please." Excellent. I'm not great at saying prayers. I get tongue tied. I tend to repeat the same thing over and over. And I don't know how she's going to do. I don't know if she's good. I'm sure she's better than me. So I thought that's the route we go. And I'm hoping she'll hang out with us for a little while afterwards because she knows the Summer Wells case about as good as anybody. And I thought we would talk about it a little bit. Y'all know I used to make multiple videos every week on Summer, but there's nothing new out. Like I said, if anybody wants to know my theory on anything that's happened, I have about 500 Summer Wells videos to about everything that's ever come up, and I'm just not going to beat a dead horse like some people do. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I find it disrespectful. I just think it's too much. Until actually factual and new comes out, I'm not just going to sit there and just keep running it into the ground. I don't believe in that. I think it's wrong, and I think it gets stale after a while. And trust me, and anybody that knows me knows, I care about Summer as much as anybody. Actually, I care about her so much that I'm not going to hashtag her name into the ground to get views. That's how much I care about her. And I think a lot of people do that, and I'm not. That ain't me. Can't hear you. Do not even hear AC. Can y'all hear me? Something wrong with my sound now, y'all? I think a lot of people think I give up on her, and I haven't. I think about her all the time. I mean, look, this is my brand new set, and you see who came with me, right? Hear you fine? Good. Our guest has showed up. All right, let me add her into the mix.
Hey, John, how are you?
Good, Holly. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Damn, now I can't hear you. Let me turn the air off. Hold on.
Okay.
Go ahead, Holly.
Here I am. Do we have anybody in here yet?
You gonna start us a prayer? You want to
Yeah,
knock
I
that out of the
will.
way first?
Is it just me and you right now? I can't see the chat.
You ready?
Can you hear me,
It's just
John?
you saying the prayer. Yeah. What?
Okay.
I can hear you fine. Can y'all hear
Okay.
Holly?
Okay. I wish I could see the chat. That stinks. Okay. Well, I
Why
told
is
John
that?
that
I don't know what that is. You're not the first person.
it's just when
Go
you're
ahead.
on your iPhone. When you're on your iPhone, you can't see the
I'm
chat
not on
when
my
you're on
iPhone.
here.
Oh,
Oh,
when
can you
you're
not see
on
the
it.
chat?
Okay.
I'm talking about I can't see the
No,
chat.
I can see it
Okay.
because you're on your phone.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, have you kind of said what we're doing here
You
tonight?
talking to me?
Who came up with this idea for the prayer vigil online?
What now? A lady emailed me about it and asked me if I would do it, and I said, yeah, I'll stream for Summer. She said everybody's supposed to pray at 9, and we're behind. So
Okay.
if you want to say the prayer anytime you're ready.
Okay. All right. I will. Heavenly Father, Lord, we come before you now in awe and reverence. We praise you because you are a good, good Father. And we know when we pray that you listen, you hear our prayers. Thank you for your son, Jesus, for sending him to pay the debt that we could not pay for ourselves. Thank you for your unconditional love and your grace and your forgiveness. Father, we know your word says in Matthew 18, verse 2, Jesus called a little child to him and put the child among them. Then he said, I tell you the truth, unless you turn from your sins and become like little children, you will never get into the kingdom of heaven. So anyone who becomes as humble as this little child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And anyone who welcomes a little child like this on my behalf is welcoming me. But if you cause one of these little ones who trust in me to fall into sin, it would be better for you to have a large millstone tied around your neck and be drowned in the depths of the sea. Children are a gift from the Lord. Today, God, we are asking humbly that you please hear our prayers for Summer. God, you know how many people out here love her and are her army. But we ask you, Lord, in Summer's case right now, that you bind up any evil spirits in the name of Jesus, and that you pull the darkness and the secrets into your light so that we can know what happened to Summer. You care about justice, Lord. You very much care. You're a very just God. And I know that you want Summer's life to be seen as it mattered. Her life mattered. So God, I just ask that you please pull all this into the light so we can have answers for Summer, and so she can have a proper burial if need be. Lord, we ask that you also please be with law enforcement. Help them to care about this case greatly. Help them to follow up on leads and be able to accomplish more in Summer's case. Lord, I pray also that any person out there who knows what happened to Summer and is just scared to say it, that you would give them the courage and the strength to come forward, go to the police, and tell what they know. Please give them confidence to be able to do that and know that you will be by their side. Lord, I pray that you hear every prayer that comes from our heart tonight for Summer. We love her so much, Lord. And I ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Hey, man, that was beautiful. You did excellent. I brought the right person on.
Thank you. I actually wasn't prepared for it. I had kind of sadly forgotten, but it's important. It's too important not to participate. I think it's great that we're doing this, and I believe prayer changes things. And I really truly believe that God is going to give us answers. He's gonna answer, and he's gonna show the truth. Um, I feel like he's been doing that a lot in just in our world in general right now. A lot of people who've been lying to us in our country, in our world, that it's starting to come out that the truth is coming forth right now. I believe in where we're at, and I really feel like that's going to include Summer's case as well. So that's what I'm praying for, and I know so many others are, and that makes me really happy because God changes things, and he's on his throne, and he's powerful, and he he's in control. So we just have to trust.
Yeah, when they contacted me, I was like, that is such a good idea because I posted a thing on Facebook a while back saying that, I've been negative about law enforcement for a long time and that hasn't
Right.
helped.
Yeah.
So I said, maybe we should try praying for law enforcement. It couldn't hurt.
Yeah. That
Because,
was, yeah, that was a good thing to say. It's true. Everybody knows my posts and stuff that I get really frustrated with them and call them out, and I get angry. I'm angry at them because it's been 3 years. But you're absolutely right. I mean, that's that's how it should be. I should be praying for them. Um, I mean, yeah, we can hold them accountable, but like you said, um, so far that's not working. And, if we pray for them to get the answers, I hope they'll get the answers. And I think this may, just this night of prayer for Summer may change things. And I hope if there's somebody out there, I feel in my spirit that there's somebody out there who knows information that is afraid to go and give the information. And I'm just praying for them to have courage. If that's the case and I'm right, that now will be the time, that they'll finally go and get this off their chest and tell the truth. So that's my hope.
You would, I've thought about it. You would almost think there has to be somebody
I know.
that knows. You know?
It's just that whole area on Ben Hill. I think maybe there's a lot of criminal activity going on, and they know if they tell on somebody about Summer, that perhaps, it'll backfire on them for what they could, be charged with. And maybe there's that fear there. And so we just need to pray that they won't be fearful anymore, that they'll go do the right thing.
Me and Brandy was talking about this. We had a lot of time in the car today driving, and I said, at 3 years, and I hate to say this, but me, I'm a realist. I said, I hate to say this, but at this point, it's almost better if she has passed than she's been in traffic for 3 years.
Yeah, it would be, in my opinion, too. Yeah, that would be better. Because we know where she is. We know, she's in a better place. And it would be so much better for that than for her to be being continually abused and trafficked.
I mean, if you think of it, the only other way it could work out great if it was a case of like some good Samaritan had done it and, it thought she was in a bad situation, was helping her and getting her out, was taking care of her, which I'd love to believe.
Yeah,
but I think it's extremely unlikely at this point.
Yeah.
But the fact of thinking about, as the time keeps adding on here, and like now we're at 3 years, the thought of her being with some bad people for 3 years is to me worse than if she had passed.
Yeah, I think so too.
It sucks to say that, and I hate to say that, but like I said, I'm a realist, and that's pretty much the options that we're looking at.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely time.
I am trying like hell to find the email I got.
Yeah, because I was asking because I could never. I've seen several people post about it, and I didn't know. I didn't know who had come up, originally with the idea to do that tonight.
I am not seeing it. I don't know. Oh, hold on. Here we are. Crap. It was a lady named Sharon.
Okay.
And she had said, hold on. Another lady and I have organized a worldwide prayer event for Summer Warriors. Our goal is to have everyone say a prayer for Summer at the same time around Monday, August 5th, 2024 at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are reaching out to as many people as possible by Monday evening. I kindly ask that you share the attached flyer, and I shared it on my community page. If you're interested, we would love for you to host a live prayer stream on Monday at 9. During the stream, people can write their prayers in the chat. You can read a few of them if you'd like, of course. If you choose not to do so, that's completely fine as well. Many thanks. Sharon Snyder.
Okay. I don't
Sharon
know.
Snyder's her name.
Okay.
I don't know, but I'll get behind a good cause, and it seemed like a good cause to me. Thank you, Tracy. you know.
Yeah, I'm glad you did it, John. I'm glad you did it.
What is it they say? More than one gathers in his name, they're heard.
2 or 3 are gathering in
You
his
heard that
name.
saying before?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
The Lord's there, and it's true. I believe he's hearing all the prayers we're sending up tonight.
I tell you, it's a beautiful thing, though. 3 years out, there's still this many people, talking about it, worrying about it, praying for, and all that. That's exceptional.
It is. She's just, I don't know exactly what it is about her, and maybe it was her situation in life, but, she sure does have a lot of people that just want her found and love her to death. Um, I just, I shouldn't talk about anything negative, but I so wish somebody at her church, had seen some of the signs of what was going on with her, and tried to help her before it was too late. I hate that, but I know God's hard to understand sometimes why things happen like this. I struggle with that too. It's like, these are all the children's cases I hear about. These are innocent, beautiful children, and to think of what they go through in some cases is really heartbreaking, and I don't understand it. But I finally came to the realization that, if I believe God is who he is and who he says he is, then I just have to trust, that he knows what he's doing. And that's
I
really
think
hard. There's a lot
I
of
think
people that
one way
can't
to
get past that. Go ahead.
I think one way to look at it is, as far as God goes, is to think that maybe this is His way of saving our brothers.
Hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Because that I guess if there's one positive that's come out of it, maybe it's improved their situation.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. That's 3 lives, that have possibly been, or, have been saved. And they owe a lot to their sister, you know, and I hope they're doing good. I really do. I think about them a lot. They deserve to have a new life and be happy. And I don't know.
I'll tell you, the one thing it brings me back to, though, when I think about that, is I almost think that maybe the reason they never got returned is because there is something that law enforcement or social services or whoever knows that we
Hmm.
don't.
Yeah.
Because I just I mean, I understand the living conditions and stuff like that, but
Hmm.
for them to be taken in such a high profile manner with summer missing and all that, and never be returned, I
Right.
swear it makes me think there is something to that.
Well, we know that, was it Pruitt, I think, who said that the CPS case bleeds over into Summer's case. So, I don't. To me, I mean, I believed him. There's a connection there. It's not that Summer went missing and then one incident happened. Like Dawn had tried to say, well, I got to drinking the other weekend, so that's why they should take them. I don't think it was a one-off incident. I think the boys did tell the truth, and that's why they got separated from their parents, and they were protected from them because they talked to law enforcement already. That's what
Well,
I believe. So,
I don't buy none of the bullshit about it's for their safety.
yeah, no, I don't either. I don't either. But I think
If
they told enough that, they knew they were being neglected, abused at the very least, if not being told by the boys more things about Summer's case that that caused them to say we need to get them out of there now. You know.
And I tell you what, if I hear Don just bullshit about he thinks CPS was involved, I'm gonna flip out. That gets
That
under
gets
my
me.
skin more than anything. Is how he. I don't know if he believes that. I don't think that's the case. But to
Mm-mm.
keep pushing that nonsense,
Yeah.
I heard somebody talking about during Summer's Day. He's telling stories about CPS being in the woods and camouflage spying and shit like that.
Yeah.
What movie is he watching that
I
he
know.
honestly would bullshit like
Yeah. And if he really believed that, it wouldn't have just been in the last 6 to 8 months that he's come out and said, "Oh, this is what happened." He would, if he really, really thought that's what happened, it'd be one of the first things he said, in my opinion. He's just had 3 years to try to change stories and change details to try.
that. You there? Hello?
15th, a month ago, um, that WJXL would not air because he was talking about all that crazy mess with CPS, and they were like, "No, we're not putting this out there," which I
Yeah.
commend them for. I mean, it's ludicrous the things he's saying. It's just lies. So I know, we have freedom of speech, but that could endanger social workers if somebody heard that and jumped on the bandwagon. You know, um,
I think Tim invented that. I think that come from Tim. I think that's one of his
uh-huh.
inventions.
Yeah, because Tim has been so focused on the fact they stole the boys. He was saying that before Don was. So you're right. It's like it came from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a Tim
I think it's
creation.
always been with I've always went back and forth on if there was a chance that Don wasn't aware of what happened.
Hmm.
But you know what I keep going back to is how is he if he's not how does he not question Candace's how she
Yeah.
relayed the events of what happened?
I really believe if he had not had a part in this, he would have thrown Candace under the bus. If not like right away, then eventually, all the times he's gotten drunk and high and been out of his mind, I think he would have let her take the fall for it if that was the case. But he's never done that. He's always backed her and says, whatever my wife says happened is what happened. And he's
See,
never
and that's where I
wavered.
have trouble with that. If I was in his shoes and Brandy had fed me that story,
Hmm.
I I don't care who it is. I would have questions,
Oh yeah,
especially by now, 3 years later. I'd be like, "Now, come on! You mean to tell me you
right.
went to fix your mother's knee brace? 2 minutes later, you go back and check, and poof, the dogs never barked. They didn't raise no hell. Alert to no stranger. None of that.
Hmm.
The fact that he is so sold that she ain't bullshitting makes me think he knows.
Yeah, I know. He does. I think they planned this way ahead of time. I really do. I
I
think this
don't
was planned,
know
and
if
I
they
do know.
planned it. I know that they're full of shit.
Hmm. Yeah. Well.
I'm convinced now. If I had to put my theory out there that if somebody was like, either get this right or we're going to cut your pinky toe off, I would be willing to say something happened. I don't know if it was an accident, this or that. Something happened,
Hmm.
and they moved her originally, and then come back later and moved her again. Because I swear, I get the feeling that EquiSearch found where she was the
Hmm.
first time.
I do too. I do too.
I'm
I think
convinced
Dave
of that.
Rader. Dave Rader is a smart guy. and he seems like he has a really good bullshit detector.
Yeah.
And he was just, I don't know, just the way he talked and everything, it sure seemed like that was what he was trying to get across. That they had found where remains had been, but she wasn't there anymore. I believe that. I don't mean to start a rumor, but that is what he kind of implied. And I thought, I wouldn't doubt it. I'll put it that way. I wouldn't doubt that they would move her if need be. And a lot of people think
Well,
Candace moved her on the phone with Ernie that night where she was gagging and just sounding horrible. And he was like, "What is wrong with you?" And people have, worked with the audio to turn it up. And a couple of creators said they heard a shovel. I didn't hear a shovel, but she was definitely, you could hear like a river or body of water, creek, something. And it was the middle of the night in November, very cold. And it was like, "What are you doing out there?" And she was right in the middle of having talks with Ernie about him allowing him to come look and search the property. And she kind of went back and forth on whether she was going to let him. And then all of a sudden she's in the woods in the middle of the night, gagging and throwing up. It was just all too strange for me. And there are people who think
you
that
gonna have
she
me
was moving
gagging
her
and throwing
demons.
up. You gonna have me gagging and throwing up talking about Ernie. I can't stand his lying ass.
Yeah, I know.
The
It's
biggest
like,
damn joke. It's the biggest fucking joke on YouTube is Ernie.
yeah. Well,
It's under every
I
bit
think
of my skin.
it's just been so many people like that, just distractions, just people making things worse, turning it into a freaking circus. She doesn't deserve to have her case be like, a crazy madhouse of people talking lies and making crap up. I mean, let's give her some
And
dignity.
and that's the exact reason I backed off. I'm sick and tired of hearing about Ernie and Jody Sue and Fred
Hmm.
Hill and Andy and all this bullshit because all it
Yep.
does is distract from what actually happened. It's
Hmm.
not damn 20 people in on this shit. There's one person that knows exactly where she's at, and that's the
Yeah.
person that I'll be getting all the heat. I ain't wasting my time talking about all this other bullshit.
Yeah.
They're not involved. They're attention whores out here trying to make a name for themselves off the back of summer.
Well, I'll say this: the devil is the author of confusion, is what the Bible says, and he likes to throw things into chaos because when secrets are being hidden and lies are being told, you know, it's an easier environment for those lies and things to distract everybody from the truth, and cause great chaos. And if ever there's been chaos in a missing child's case, I think it's Summer. I mean, just like you said, just character after character after character who, I hate to say this because I know people have strong feelings about some of them, but who probably really have nothing to do with it, you know? Very possible.
No, they don't. People
Yeah,
like them, if they did have something to do with it, they're too stupid and like to talk too much. We'd have known by now.
right, right. Well, I don't really listen to Ernie at all. Um, I tried to when he was um, discussing Brooks, um, because I like Brooks, and I was just curious what in the world, and it was such a convoluted mess of people, telling each other off and just pure drama. And I'm like, and there's no focus on what matters. There's no focus on Summer. It's just insane. It's just turned into a crazy circus. I hate it.
The the pressure needs to be turned up on Candace because she knows. I've said this a million times, and this is the reason I stopped talking about Summer as much. I got tired of every time I do a video, somebody being like, "Well, what about this that happened?" And I'm like, "That didn't happen. That's some shit that was made up." I got
Yeah.
so tired of having to weed through the nonsense, and everybody wants to tell you, "Oh, but you didn't hear. Oh, this was found. Blah blah blah." No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
You can't believe everything you hear on YouTube. It gets so aggravating.
I know. I know.
And I've still never heard anybody with an ounce of credibility say anything about any damn footprints.
I know. That was one thing that bothered me. I was like, that is a bunch of hooey. That's the stupidest thing I'd heard.
You know who I think. Well, I'm 90% sure of who started that nonsense.
Yeah, I think I know too. Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
he talked
Very
about it a ton.
right. Yeah, he loved that footprint stuff. I guess because
Oh,
in
well,
his in his mind he thought that that meant it was somebody else and not the Wells. That's what I think. And then all this craziness about, oh, I think this girl, here's a picture of this little girl. I think it's Summer. Now that just throws everything into a tailspin. It wasn't Summer. It wasn't ever Summer.
no,
Anything,
no.
anything for clicks and views. Anything. Doesn't matter who you throw under the bus. Doesn't matter, you know, what you make up or what lies you tell. Just as long as you get those clicks and views. It's disgusting.
Well, that's like Jody Sue. Some woman that apparently has some kind of issue has 12,000 subscribers, gets on there and just makes up shit left and right. And
Oh yeah.
people follow that shit like it is the gospel truth.
Mm-hmm. I know. I know. That's why that's the main thing we need to be praying for is just for the truth to prevail over all this madness. People have
People
sure.
get made in stars.
What'd you say?
People are getting made into rock stars.
I
All
know.
of them.
They think they are. Here's some that care about Summer for sure. I believe that.
Not many. Very few.
Yeah. Well, it's a crazy butt world out there, and YouTube reflects that every single night. And that's why I quit making videos. I'm
I'm
like
just so
you.
tired of
I'm
hearing.
just so, yeah, I'm tired of hearing the nonsense
I'm
when it
tired of
comes to
hearing about
something.
Dawn and Candace every time
Yeah,
they fart.
yeah. It gets frustrating after 3 years. And I
It's coming
can't.
though.
Yeah, we have to believe. We have to have faith and believe that.
I believe
Anyway.
it. I believe it's coming. I have to believe that eventually somebody somewhere screwed something up. I just the people involved. You cannot tell me that they pulled off the perfect crime. I refuse to believe that.
Right, right. Well, somebody on that hill, somebody in that area knows everything, I think. And they need to go and tell the truth.
I think it
Like you
could be
said,
connected to the family. You got registered pets on each side of.
hmm well, what's his name?
Don't you think? There's a chance of that.
Oh, absolutely. I think that, well, I don't know. I don't want to be so harsh, but honestly, I believe a lot of those people are connected that live around John and Candace, and that they were, well, it was, what's his name? Fred, not Fred. It was another guy who was a neighbor, and he's already been convicted of CP. He had,
Sharfy Jr.
yes, he's been convicted of that. Like, he had 20,000 images of CP on his computer. He was selling it. You know,
Yeah.
who do you think the kids were and the stuff he was making? Where'd those kids come from? You know? Could be.
I don't know, but I tell you, it's time for something to happen.
Yeah,
Something.
I know.
I seen a weird video the other day. The guy that did the video was doing behavior analysis, but he was doing it on the TBI agent that was talking about Summer's case.
I saw that. And he said that he was being
That was
deceptive.
good. Did you watch that?
Yes, I saw it. He's good. He's really good at what he does. And he was saying that there was insincerity in what Josh Melton was saying. He picked up on the body language that he was being deceptive at times in what he was saying. Um,
He was being
and
deceptive about
having
having
hope,
a clue.
basically. Yeah, yeah. I saw that
That
too.
was weird, wasn't it?
Hmm. I'm glad he did it, though. It's time somebody, you know, look past the usual suspect and try to figure out more about what's going on the inside. But my thing is just, wow, I just really wish they would come out and, clear some people. Tell us. Even if it's Don and Candace, say, okay, Fred Hill's cleared. He didn't do anything. We've cleared him. We've cleared this neighbor and that neighbor. They didn't have any. Why can't they at least do that and eliminate people so there's not so much chaos in our community?
I would like for them to do it just to burst some of these people's bubbles that try to act suspicious for
Yeah.
views and shit. A lot of people, I think, try to make themselves look like they're in on.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
I think I might know somebody.
Andrew Hiltz's little slimy ass. I think he does a lot of that.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, who was he going off on? You did a video. Who was he talking to like that? Telling him off and freaking out.
Somebody in chat. I don't know.
Okay.
But he was doing that. I couldn't imagine throwing that kind of fit with my kids in the house.
I know. No, I worry for his children. You can't look at the environment and look at him and see what he does and how he acts and what he says and not think, man, that must be a rough household.
Oh, he's sitting there, and it's all of a sudden he turned into ghetto Drew, dropping the N bombs.
Oh, I
I
know.
just played a little clip, but if
Yeah,
you seen the whole thing, it was ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I know. What I heard was ridiculous.
Yeah, and like I said, that was just you can only do like 15-second clips. I bet you that shit went on for at least 3 or 4 minutes of solid just flipping out.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure it did. He sounded like a different person, like a different personality.
He sounded like he was trying to. That was Black Andrew.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
he
he
was trying to
was.
be black. I guess since he used the N word, he thought it made it cool and
Yeah,
okay by changing its tone.
yeah. Now I'm Black Andrew, so it's okay if I say that. Mm,
Oh,
messed up.
I don't know. I'm disgusted that we know who these people are. You know,
Yeah, I know. It's not helping my life any to know who these people are.
He gets that downstate accent going on. He wouldn't last 10 minutes downstate, LOL. He wouldn't last 10 minutes at a 6-year-old girls karate tournament.
Agree.
I'd like to challenge him to a mixed martial arts fight for charity if he'd do it.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
That gets under my skin, that fit he was throwing, knowing he has a little girl about the same age as mine in his house, and he was acting like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yep. Yep.
Brandy'd
Oh,
leave me over some shit like that,
yeah.
acting like that in front of my kid.
I know. That stuff like that
I'm
traumatizes your kids.
well, stuff like that to get the CPS called on you too. I'd say it probably did. I would not be shocked.
No, I'm like, why are the kids even still there at this point? I mean, does
Well,
nobody know where he lives?
if you're willing to act like that on live stream, what are you acting like when you're not on a live stream?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if a troll in chat can get you that upset and to get you to act like that, what if
Yeah,
something really serious happens? What are
I
you
know.
acting like?
I know. I bet it's
Coward shit.
scary. Yeah, that's some scary stuff for those children anyway. Mm. Well, I better get off here, John, and I also want to get off so you can pull somebody else up if they want to speak or say a prayer or
Well, thanks
whatever.
for coming on and saying the prayer. The prayer
Oh,
was really good. Thank you for that.
you're very welcome. I'm honored that you had me do it. So thank you.
Thank you. You did a great job.
Okay. Talk to you later, John.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
everybody. Bye.
The prayer was on point, wasn't it? I think she did really good. I don't know, y'all. I know a lot of people want me to talk about summer all the time, but I get upset, man. This whole situation has been going on for so long, and there's so many people out there just 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 making the whole thing feel nasty to me, you know. And then you see the stuff that goes on around it, has her name attached to it, and there's so many hashtags Donwell, hashtag Candace, hashtag this and that, and I'm just like, this ain't helping. This ain't helping. You know, and one of the ladies at Vanished in Tennessee, the Facebook page that they cover summer. It's Vanished Summer Wells, Vanished in Tennessee, Summer Wells, something like it's type in Vanished in Tennessee, it'll come up. But anyway, they had talked about what if there's a trial coming down the pipe in the future, what how much a defense attorney would have to work with all this nonsense rabbit hole bullshit that keeps getting put out here in the ether. You know, if somebody ever did make it to trial for Summers' case, they would have a huge amount of not circumstantial evidence, but stuff that they could show and bring to light that would, there's a good chance it could raise enough reasonable doubt in just one juror's mind that whoever really did do it would get off. That's what's happening with a lot of this that's coming on. Nobody seems to think, you know, at some point, hopefully, God willing, there will be a trial for whoever is responsible for this. And I've never said I know exactly who did it, but I will tell you this. I would bet everything I own that Candace's story is bullshit at some point. There is no way she said it did. There's no way somebody snuck up there and ninja swiped Summer in a 2-minute span and none of them dogs barked. A little girl, the smallest member of the household, got carried out with a frickin' stranger And they don't help their case either because they want to point toward the most unlikely of scenarios. What do y'all think happened? It used to be, oh, I think some stranger, seen her on Facebook or something and come up here and got her. That's what it was at one point. Now we're to this CPS total, just unbelievable nonsense. And that's all that is. Nonsense. And people get behind that too. Born every day, apparently every 5 minutes, and they flock over to the Wells support group side of YouTube and will believe that shit. How you believe it? I have no clue at all. I don't. But that's why I always say Candace at least knows something. She's not telling, like, possibly, hey, I had a few too many Twisted Teeth Lake and I passed out for a little while. She wandered down to the road and possibly got taken. That is a possibility. Can't rule that out. But you will never, ever tell me that it happened the way she said it happened. That's why I always say, if we're going to find out what happened, that's the get some answers out of. And not some bullshit. She disappeared within 2 minutes and poof, just gone. Because it did not happen that way. Then they want to say, well, she never would go further than the swing. Well, that's either bullshit or it ain't. Because I know a long time ago they had Sherfy Sr., not the one that got the charges, but his dad said he had seen her down playing in the road before. So is he lying or are they lying? Somebody's lying. They paint themselves in a bullshit they tell, like very in Canada. Oh, we were at my grandma's camper 20 foot from the front porch and I walked her all the way over. I told the boys. That's bullshit. That didn't happen. You don't sleep in church while your child runs around the congregation up there at the speaker and all that. And don't get me wrong, I am not blaming Summer for that. Any kid would do the exact same thing if they were allowed to. Don't think I'm saying anything negative about her, because I am not. But don't tell me you're cool with that. But when you're in the comfort of your own home, your own land, your own property, and you're outside, and she says she wants to go in the house, you're going to be like, okay, well, let's stop what I'm doing and let me walk you the 20 feet to that porch. Yeah, that happened. Sure. And that goes back to, well, if you're lying, why are you lying? If you're lying about that, why? Did you think it would make you look better? Did you think that's what normal people would do? Did you think a normal person, when they live out in the middle of nowhere, would walk a child 20 foot to the door? So that's why you said it? Or you just, why? Because nobody believes it. Law enforcement had the perfect opportunity to put the squeeze on her when Dawn was in jail. That's why I hate the legal system. It makes me wonder if you would have drugged her in there and really give her the once over, maybe something would have happened. But, and I hate to say this, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we can't do that. I wished we could. I so wished that there was. I don't know. I think it's to the point now to where people, if you can't explain where your kid is, you can't produce them. You should be, especially a situation like this where there is no evidence whatsoever that they were taken, there was anybody else involved. The card team said, and that's what their specialty is, the FBI card team, Child Abduction Recovery Department, something to that effect. They said there's no evidence of an abduction. Okay, so if there's no evidence of an abduction, your kid's still missing, put your ass in jail till you can tell where it is. That's why I would not have a problem with it. I don't know about y'all, but I've always been able to account for where each one of my children was. 3 years later, we're still sitting here believing that she just poof disappeared into thin air. It don't make no sense. Don't make no sense. And if you're lying, why are you lying? Because you are lying. And I know I'm supposed to say, in my opinion. Well, no, I'm pretty sure that's a fact. And thank you, Tina, for the memberships. I didn't want to cut Holly off, but thank you so much. We've got 3 new members tonight. I can't see who they are. I told y'all that, but whoever the 3 that got them is, go back and watch. I got a video under members only for that I did with my brother. He's a psychologist slash former law enforcement. He has some good takes on what he believes. I went over it with him on a video. It's pretty long, but it's a good watch. Apparently, it's pretty good because I did a poll a while back asking people who they'd like to see come on the show next, and a lot of them wanted to see my brother come on. He's a hard man to nail down, though. And he's actually, Casey, I know a lot of y'all seem to really like my brother, so I'll give you a little update. My brother's actually getting ready to head back to Iraq to do a security detail. He's done a couple of those. He goes over there and helps guard oil wells or this or that. He makes a ton of money, so he's getting ready to go do that and pull him a stint over there. That's why it's kind of hard to get him on the show. He's a busy, busy man. It's what they did with Corey Bigsby, Rest in Paradise, or Cody Bigsby, I'm sorry. Is it Corey or Cody? You put both. It's Cody, right? Is it Cody or Corey? I don't know, y'all. It's just frustrating that we're still doing what we're doing. We're still 3 years out and don't have any answers. But that members video, I think it's worth a watch anyway. I think the people that saw it seemed to really enjoy it. He ain't great at camera. He ain't crazy about being on camera. That's another reason we don't have him on much. I tell you though, we got something good coming up. Bear with me just a second, please. Tell you what we're getting ready to start, in case y'all haven't seen it. And this is, this is to find something to do for the audience that's new and interesting. I try to find stuff that y'all will like. Shit, hold on. The wrong thing. And thanks everybody for coming tonight. I really do appreciate it because people that know me, I don't have to keep explaining myself, but the Summers case was always important to me. It's the reason I started doing YouTube. It's the reason I have a YouTube channel. Is because from day one, I knew that something didn't smell right. And here we are 3 years later, and it still ain't up. The math ain't mathing. But what we're going to do is... Shit. I was on the right thing. What we're going to do is little shows and stuff like that. So I thought, you know what? We should do something. But let's do something different than what everybody else is doing. Right? I don't want to copy the same thing everybody else is doing. So I thought, how can we have us a little something that people can get involved in, and it'll be different than what everybody else has been doing. And I came up with quite a decent idea, I believe, personally. My videos. The wrong end? No. Ah, here we go. What we're going to do is this is my brainchild I just came up with. Tell you, everything is working slow tonight, man. It's like it's thrown me off my game. We might have to give this a second. But the reason I was like I was telling y'all, I take my son. He's leaving for boot camp, so it's been a rough day. But I swear, my son was so good about it and acted like such a grown ass man about it that it made it easier on poor old dad because it's rough. He's my oldest. He'll be the first one to leave the nest, and when he left tonight, man, it just had me in a funk all evening. And then I've got to get home because I definitely don't want to not. What is wrong, man? What is going on today? It's rough. I'm sure y'all have had it. Me and Brandy got a little bit of a late start. I was 31 before I ever had a child. So, Phoebe Australia, welcome to the member show. I highly recommend you check out my members video I did with my brother. I can't remember what it's called, but there ain't a ton of members videos. You should have seen it. Phoebe, your picture looks like what's her name? Rhaenyra off House of the Dragon. Anybody watch House of the Dragon last night? It was a heartbreaker. Let's just say it went weird. Ended with crap. I love your channel, John. Well, thank you, Phoebe. You really gonna love it after my new thing starts. Apparently, I ain't gonna be able to get it to pull up. Let me look. Try one more time. Try one more time for y'all. Because I want to show y'all, and it's a good time for me to explain it. That way, coming up, everybody will know what I'm talking about. We have known who the most loved creators are. Ever wondered who might be the most disliked? Ever wanted to see a light shined on the ones who are downright evil? Your chance is coming. What are we calling it? Lame of Thrones. It's going to be straight badass. What we're going to do is Wednesday, we're going to pick 8 creators, 8 houses, if you will. People that know Game of Thrones will really appreciate the setup. But we're going to pick the 8 creators that get the most votes. We're doing this Wednesday, so not tomorrow night, but the night after. We're going to pick the 8 most hated creators on YouTube. And then we're going to vote. And every week, whoever gets the least amount of votes kicked off. And whoever gets the most amount of votes is going to sit atop the porcelain throne. Now, here's you a little example. This will be, if he gets picked, I just made one up so we can have an example of how it's going to work. This would be Lightning Tiger from the House of Ern. I expect Ernie will probably make it as one of the most disliked, so I went and made him up a sigil, is what they call them. It's like their flags. But that's House of Ern. I have a feeling he's going to get a lot of votes. I went ahead and made his flag. I'm not going to make any more until we do the votes Wednesday. But Wednesday, we're going to have everybody come in. We're going to pick the 8 most disliked, or the 8 that get the most votes, And then each week, we're going to vote. We're going to vote. Whoever gets the least amount of votes will be kicked off until there's only one left standing. And that one is going to win the Lame of Thrones. And whoever wins, I'm going to make at least a 5-10 minute video completely roasting that creator. And I'm telling you, when I put some effort out there and really want to roast somebody, I'm fairly deadly at it. So we're gonna start that Wednesday. I'm so excited. I think it's gonna be so much fun because everybody's like Dolly. He does the Turtle Island where people who love somebody call in, and Josh has won it. If y'all were here, but Josh was on. He even showed us his belt. He won from Turtle Island. This is the exact opposite. This ain't the one you like. This is the one that you, every time you see him, it just gets under your skin. That's who you're going to be voting for. Till there's only one left. And we're going to do 8. Because I thought we'll do 8 weeks long. And we'll see who's the most disliked. So if you really dislike somebody and you want them to be throned as the biggest disliked creator on all of YouTube, you better be voting for him. Good. I think it's genius. Genius. Give me a 1 if you think it's a good idea. Give me a 2 if you think, John, why would you do that? That's crazy. I expect it to go over well. I really do. I can't wait to Wednesday. I want to get the field set. That's what I'm looking forward to. Oh, I see a bunch of 1s. There we go. I'm glad y'all are in it. When I made the post, I don't know if a ton of people have seen it yet. I just made it today, and a lot of people that seen it was like, yes, this is what I need in my life. Like, all right. I thought it was a genius idea when I did it. I was like, this could work. Actually, I already have Drew's made up. Who wants to see Drew's real quick? The House of Drew's flag. I lied. I did make his up because I knew Drew was going to get some votes just because I know a lot of the people that watch me are not fans. So I kind of knew he would get some votes. I did make his up. Now that is honestly the only 2 I have done is Earn Dogs and his, because I figured they were shoe-ins. And I'll give it just a second, man. Everything's running so slow tonight. See, I wasn't really prepared to show this, so don't paint the game show this way because it'll be lit. Y'all better show up Wednesday. Especially if you got somebody that you really want to see on the throne of blame. Man, that thing's taking a minute. Y'all gonna like this one. I think I knocked this one out of the park. Yeah. Let's see who's getting some love on wanting to see on there. There's a good chance he might make the cut. We'll see if he gets any votes Wednesday. Oh, getting some love already, ain't it? Oh, here we go. Y'all ready? Here it comes. This is the House of Andrew. Let me get some hearts in the chat if y'all think that's awesome. I don't know who does that. I don't usually do that to tell people to reply in the chat. But if you think it's going to be awesome, you definitely got to wait till I get all of them made. I was 100% sure he was going to get picked by somebody, so I made him to prayers for safe travels for your brother. I'm a few minutes behind. Oh, thank you, Sparker. Yeah, I worry about him when he goes over to Iraq, but he's a tough dude. He's a badass. He'll be all right. That is the House of Drew. If you've watched Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, will really appreciate the thought I've put into this. I haven't completely made the rules yet, but like I know Dolly had a thing to where um, you could do something and it would automatically remove somebody. I was thinking about making a twist to it to where you could do something and would automatically make them sit the throne all week. And I was thinking about what I would do is too, after we get our 8 picked, like I'm going to do it every week. I think Wednesday night is what I'm feeling. Is every Wednesday night we're going to do it, right? And I was thinking what I would do is like during the week, I'll keep an eye on each of our contestants during the week, and I'll show what they have been up to that week. And then, because I know a lot of people have got quite a few they don't like, so then maybe that'll help you know who to vote for, who you think deserves to sit atop the Lame of Thrones. Y'all feeling it? Y'all loving it? I'm gonna catch some backlash for this. Andrew's crew's already been after me, but I don't care. I don't care. Somebody that acts like they do, I don't feel like I need to spend too much time defending myself to them. I think I'm doing a pretty damn good job at life. That will be a hard choice. Yeah, I suspect some people are going to be torn between who they should vote for, but it's all going to work out. It ain't much of a crew. No, it ain't. I've been getting stalked by them for days now. It's starting to really get under my skin. So this is my way of getting a little redemption and having some fun at the same time. I tell you, man, I get so disappointed at everything. I get depressed. I really do. That's why I do stuff like this. I think people come to my channel when they want to have a laugh, Josh has been on a couple times. Me and him have a good time discussing things of interest. And, oh man, I meant to show y'all, but the other day, one of the last lives I was on, I showed where somebody left me a message and saying, that they had been down in the dumps and they had watched the show and it give them a laugh and they would thank me for it. And I was like, that's the kind of messages I like to get. Well, I got one the other day about this lady who she had cancer a while back, and she's been taking care of her daughter and her grandkids. And she said her cancer had come back and she was having a really hard time. And she said that she had watched my the last live I did with Josh and Suzette was on, and we were just goofing off, having a good time. And she said it really helped lift up her spirits and made her feel better, man. And I tell you, it made me feel so good. I love to hear that kind of stuff. It makes me feel like, compared to all the bullshit we hear, it's nice to hear something like that. I'm gonna look up her name real quick so we can say a quick prayer for her. Y'all bear with me a second. And actually, after she had sent me that, I sent the message she left. I'll read it to y'all. Let me find it real quick. After she sent me that, I messaged Josh and I told him, and then I messaged Suzette and I told her, and they left her a message too. And I'll read them to y'all real quick. Are y'all interested in that? Or here it is. This was the original message. It says, "Great show, guys. Thank you. I've had a terrible couple days. I start chemo again on Monday. I had chemo in 2011, so I know how rough it is, and I'm dreading it. Your show made me laugh a lot. I really needed it. guys are great together, especially with Suzette too. Oh, and speaking of Phil Collins, I believe his son Nick Collins is his drummer now, so that's super cool. There are videos of it here on YouTube. Take care. Thanks again. And I said, thank you, and I will definitely remember you in my prayers. Make sure, keep me updated, and I'm sure everything is going to work out great. And then Suzette said, I'm going to be praying for you, Mama T. I'm glad we could make you laugh. Then Josh said, one of my favorite things to hear is that we've cheered somebody up. I'm keeping you on my thoughts and prayers. Give it hell, Mama T, the OG. She wrote us back. She said, I'll thank you guys so much, all three of you. So very sweet and thoughtful, and it means a lot to me. I have to be here for my daughter and 2 little grandchildren. They don't want out, so I'll do anything to extend my life for as long as possible, and I will continue to fight. But I am scared. I know God knows I have people who need me right now. Comedy and laughter help me and many others so much. You guys have a gift. Thanks for all you do. I thought that was awesome. You know, I thought that was so awesome, and I want everybody to say a prayer for her. Keep her in your thoughts, you know, because that's a rough situation. And she goes by Mama T, the OG. So everybody, there's some prayer hands up in the chat for Mama T, the OG. Send her some good vibes her way. I'll share one more picture with y'all before I get off here. I want to show you something. So proud of my young man. Left for boot camp today. Share a picture, y'all. We had him a little dinner yesterday before he was leaving. Man, my computer's working so slow. It's really starting to get to me right now. Hope I didn't go in the wrong one. No, I think I'm all right. Was a big day. Thank you, Sammy. Rough day, man. It's long. My boy, though, man, he handled it like a man. I was so glad. He did me such a favor by being strong, you know. I was almost to the point of like, man, I'm gonna have to get out of here or I'm gonna upset him, and I'm definitely that, you know. I didn't want to be the one to upset him because he was doing so. He handled it like a trooper. You know, and I've been worried about it because, like I said, he's my youngest, well, my oldest, but he'll be the first one to leave. And I'm really proud of him going to the Navy. He's going into special intelligence. He scored really high on his ASVAB. That's the military entrance test you take. So tell you what jobs you can have. You know, the higher you score, the more options you get. And he scored pretty damn high. And he got intelligence specialist, and he hopes to, after his naval career, to maybe be FBI or something like that. I told him that, I was like, you know, I wouldn't plan on nothing yet. I was like, hopefully you really, really, really like it. Pull you 20 years and retire. Because he's a young man, you know, he'd be under 40 and be able to retire. If you spend 20 years in the military, you get full retirement when you get out. That would be a dream. Could you imagine being retired at 40 and got everything laid out for you? Because it's taking so long. I don't know what is up. It's like I'm starting to become concerned because it's like my phone and my computer is working slow right now. Dragging. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Is it? I'm not freezing and stuff too bad, am I, y'all? Classmate of mine just retired from the Army, 44 years old. That's what I'm saying, man. You know, I mean, that's long. It's a long time to spend in, but man, could you imagine being able to retire at such a young age? Here y'all go. There he is. His hair looks a little bit off because he had dyed it and he shaved it, and then it looked like it was frosted or something. It looked kind of weird, but there he is with Mama. Sound is crackling. Yeah, I don't know. Please tell Brandy we are thinking of her too. Yeah, Mama took it all right. She's a little upset, but he took it best. He made it easier on us. He made it a lot easier. I think it would have been rough if it wouldn't have been for him. So handsome, looks like both of you. That's what everybody says. They say he looks like a half me and half Brandy. Oh, we got these too today. I like these nice. Let me show you. He's a good boy too. He ain't never been in trouble. All my kids are good. None of them's ever been in trouble. Check this out. Oops. Today, ain't it cool? Yeah, I can tell I'm freezing up bad now. But I thought I'd share with y'all. Sometimes I feel like I should share more stuff, but then I'm not like a lot of them. I just don't feel like a rock star, like anybody be interested. Then I thought maybe y'all would be, so I thought I would share. I'm really proud of my son. I want to share. Since my stuff keeps freezing up, and I've been on here an hour and a half. Wow, flew by. I want to thank Holly again, though, for coming on and saying the prayer. I thought the prayer was really nice. Thought she did a great job, and thank her. And I want to thank all y'all for coming. See a lot of the same faces. I've seen some people I hadn't seen in a while. Appreciate everybody for coming. I hope everybody will come back Wednesday, because then we're gonna have some fun, and it's gonna be so straight up. And I'll try to have the issues worked out. I still don't understand what's wrong, what's been going on. Maybe it's just a bad Wi-Fi day. That's all it is. But I really do appreciate everybody for coming. Brag away. Nice to hear the good stuff. Yeah, I just feel weird sometimes talking about my personal stuff, because I'm like, I don't think people are interested in that. But you know, when it comes to something like that, I'm really proud of my son, and it's my excuse for being late today. I think everybody can understand, you know, that I had to take priority over anything. I wouldn't be a good dad if I didn't put him first. But thanks everybody for coming and supporting the channel. Thank you, Tina, and I think it was Trace. Thank you, Tracy McComber, Not a Drama Nana, Phoebe Australia. Thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to all the new members. Like I said, if I would say a lot of y'all are probably into the summer case, go watch that video. I was saying it's in the member stuff with my brother on it. I think it's pretty good. Everybody that's watched it said they seemed to like it. So I'm gonna go, and I'll see everybody Wednesday night. We'll have some real fun. And if you got somebody that you want to make sure gets voted on to the Game of Thrones, make sure you don't miss it. Thanks everybody for coming. We'll see you Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. And have a good 2 days, because it ain't gonna be that long till I see you again. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.